Hi guys, it's Mark, the Bowlerhat Farmer. I hope you're well. Now, I thought I'd just come and wander down this end of the farm today and just have a look because as you can see behind me and in front of me everywhere is beautiful fields of green. And I'm sure as Gloria and I head off around the country, one of the things which we're not going to see so much of, it's in some places because is fields of green, because one of the places we're heading to, our first one next week, is Hackney. And people say, why are you going to Hackney to talk about farming? Well, it's not really about the farming, it's about the food security side and about how we deliver food around the UK. Should the food system crumble, which it is, should the farmers not be able to produce food in the manner they are at present, which is what's happening. I look at these fields here, and for me, this isn't food. This is, a field full of winter barley and barley, wheat, oats, rape, things like maize and different things like that. They're all for making a product. They use a lot of maize to make biofuels. Rape is for oilseed. It's a carcinogenic, I will say, so I don't really use it. It's not something I would use. But we don't actually produce food anymore. For me, I want to see fields of vegetables. I want to see fields of animals. Meat and two veg, that's what this country was brought up on. And I sadly think we've come away from that to more processed food. Over 51% of our food we eat in the UK is processed food now, and it has to stop, surely. It's just trash. It's making people ill. We need to get away from it. We need to get back to real good quality food. And I mean good quality food. I don't just mean meat and veg, which is hydroponically grown vegetables and meat grown in labs by our dear friend Billy Boy Gates. I'm talking about proper food. Cows, which are pasture fed. Talking about, the opportunity at Christmas when we bred some turkeys and they were pasture fed. Yes, we gave them a bit of grain to bulk their protein, but predominantly, they were fed on grass. How animals used to be fed. And, you look around today and you think to yourself, we need to make some decisions. And my decision has been to go on tour this year and to get across to the public and farmers alike that we have decisions to make. And I believe we are in a transitional period. A transition from the food which we've become accustomed to, which has been forced upon us by the supermarket supply chains, forced on us by big chemical companies to make us ill, to make us poorly. And what we need to do is get back to people growing fields of food. As far as you can see, all there is secondary food supply. That's what farmers think farming is these days, in my opinion. And, I don't think that's where they need to be. I think they need to get back to understanding what real food is. Not saying we can do without wheat and barley and sugar beet and things like that. I understand there's a place for it, but is it on every field across the country where there isn't bloody solar panels, for crying out loud? So, as we head off and start touring around the country and interviewing farmers, and that's the bit what's going to really excite me. I love doing my talks, but to go out on the farms, interview farmers, talk about what they're up to long term, because a lot of farmers are starting to make some changes. We're seeing this predominantly on the smaller farms. I will say, there's some of the big farms. I mean, Jeremy Clarkson has done so much for the farming community, in my opinion, with this last series where he starts looking at, farming the unfarmable, I think it's called. And for me, that's just bang on the money. That's, what I think farmers need to start doing is breaking the farms up from the big fields, going back to small fields, putting the hedges back in, getting the birds back in, the bugs back in. You know, when I was a kid, I was thinking about this morning. When I was a kid, I lived not far from here, a couple of villages away, and we had frogs and toads and newts and bloody grass snakes and everything else living in abundance, you know. Where's it all gone? Where's it all gone? Well, I'll tell you where it's gone. It's given up the ghost and gone and died because farmers kept spraying pesticides, and the pesticides got rid of the insects, and we all know the insects have gone. And as a direct result of that, all those animals have gone because there is no insects anymore. Now, I've just walked right down the valley there, and as I stood there, all I could hear was birds chirping. Just listen. There's nothing up this end of the farm. All down the other end. There's a stream just gradually twinkling down beside me. I saw some watercress in there, which was lovely. Now, I'm looking at things very differently at the moment and thinking to myself, how do we get to the next level? Because food security surely has to be at the top of the agenda. Food sovereignty surely has to be on that list. Farmers surely want to be growing what people want. You know, I did a talk the other day and 500 people in 2 days put their hands up out of 500 saying they want to buy good quality, organic, chemical free. And I say organic as in not grown with chemicals, not certified organic, because that's just bloody paperwork trash. But people genuinely looking for something better than what the supermarkets supply. Stuff like British farmers are good at growing. And that to me is what we need to do. We need to get the farmers to understand the abundance, what they're so fantastic at producing. It's actually what the public wants. And surely, you know, as growers, farmers, producers, we should be giving the public what they want. Especially, you know, the people I interview and that, they want to pay a premium price for a premium product. And I appreciate that not everybody can afford that. But all the people I'm speaking to can. So farmers, surely you want to be producing something that they want. You know, if you're used to growing potatoes for a supermarket supply chain, you know, and they're coming back to, I don't know, 10, 20p a kilo, and suddenly you get the public come to the door and suddenly you can go, well, they're worth 70p a kilo. Surely you can do a lot less work to take the same money. And, you know, the amount of money you're going to spend less on in pesticides and insecticides and fertilizers because you go organic, it's going to push that profit margin through the roof. And I understand, you know, before anyone tells me, you know, oh, Mark, you're just romancing the situation. I've been organic growing for years and I know how difficult it is. I'm not unrealistic. However, there is a way to do it. And I think that farmers know that. They've just got to make the transition. Guys, I'm enjoying some beautiful sunshine this morning. Have a great day.